how important is confidence to success in baseball? You already know the answer. It's like 80, 90%, right? I mean, of course, the mental game or the physical game, they got to have the tools and so forth. But when push comes to shove, how your child or how your players are going to perform is determined by their mental game. So, follow-up question, of course, is what's your system for teaching the mental game? What's your confidence training system? Now, you train maybe with long toss and tubes, right? Because you want to build arm strength, or you do something for arm strength, whatever it is. You do something for developing power, developing your swing. You train condition. Every part of the game, perhaps except for the most important part, what everyone says is the most important part, the mental game. I've spent the last 30 years of my life developing systems for teaching people how to be what I call being a player instead of a victim. Most players are victims in that what happens around them, whether they get a hit or an out, or whether their coach smiles at them or not, that's what determines their attitude. That's what determines their confidence level. That's playing from the outside in. Playing from the inside out is what the play big guy does. He's like, well, here's how I'm going to be. I'm going to decide how I'm going to be. I'm going to generate a feeling of confidence independent of my results. Not easy to do. So it needs to be trained. You could train to be confident. Confidence is a skill. Confidence is a skill. And just like any other skill, like bunting or keeping your hands inside the ball or getting out front or getting here, it's a skill. That can be developed with practice and training, or just like building a muscle. Is doing something, doing curls. Not that you do that for baseball, but if you did, that's how you build a bicep, and you train for it. If it's important, you train for it. If confidence is important to you, do you have a training system, a simple training system for your players or for your own son as to how you can give him the absolute biggest advantage possible out on the field come game time? What I want you to do is get my confidence training program. It's 9 lessons for baseball mental toughness. 9 short videos, and they're shot in front of a green screen, very action-oriented. I've got some players on there, so it's interactive. And they're only like 5-6 minutes long, each lesson. And each one breaks out a little segment. Each one builds on the next and builds a solid foundation for a mental game. Specifically, it tells you what to do to be as confident and focused as you can possibly be on the field between pitches. What should you do between pitches? Everyone's focused on during pitch. Well, what you do between pitches determines the confidence and the focus and the energy you have on the pitch. So what should you do in the, say, 15, 17 seconds between pitches to be ready for the 1 second that the ball's in play? So again, what happens is you click the link below, you get the program, and then the first thing you'll do is download this as a PDF, and then you get going. Then you'll click video lesson 1, and you're off to the races with learning a mental game. I also break it into video game language, talking about how you're the controller, but you're the guy. The controller's in your head. You're making moves with A, B, and C. My system breaks down to A, B, and C. It's like there's an A button, a B button, a C button on their video game controller. It's the same with here. You want to generate confidence using your ABCs, whether you pitch, hit, or play defense. So the videos break down the fundamentals in the first 3 videos, and then the next videos, well, here's the ABCs for hitting. Here it is for pitching. Here it is for defense. And here it is how to practice it, how to train for it, and work on it in practice, because that's what really needs to happen in order for you to be consistently successful. You can implement this right away, and it'll make a difference today. Or in tonight's game, you can be out there doing your ABCs. To get the best benefit, you train, and this breaks this breaks it down in a very simple way. So I really strongly advise that you get this program. If you find that it's like, it really wasn't worth what the low price that it's being offered for right now, then just let me know and we'll give you your money back, no problem. But I'd be very surprised if you aren't saying, oh my gosh, my biggest regret is that I didn't learn this a long time ago. I got an email yesterday. It's like, we're going through the book, Play Big. We're going through, we was working on our ABCs, and I'm just kicking myself, said this dad coach, that we didn't do this a lot sooner. And before you click down below, watch to see what these other coaches have to say about it. And again, or not again, but I just want to remind, for the parents, this is a perfect thing for you to do with your son, to sit down side by side, watch the video, and now it can be about, well, here's what Hansen said. And it deflects some of you having to preach to them. You can say, well, what did Hansen say about that? And you can interact, and then it gives you the language of what to say in the car, going to the game, coming home from a bad game. What do you say? What do you yell during a game? That's the most helpful thing. I can tell you it's going to be about your ABCs, because that's all a guy can control. He can't control what happens results-wise. He can only control himself. And he should say, but Dad or Coach, how do I control myself? And then you say, well, so you just do your ABCs. Here, watch this. So let's see what these coaches have to say.